Hello viewers, welcome to UN College Digital Class. Today I am going to discuss more and more on class using C++. Already in the previous 3 classes we have discussed lots about the features of OOPS and also we have done 1 or 2 program. But in this class we will do some more programming on C++ and classes and objects so that you will be very clear about the fundamental concept. Let us start. First, before starting a C++ program, first I am just writing a very simple C program and I am just writing the same function or the same program using C++. Let us start. Suppose the program is write a C program and display a very simple statement or display a very simple message just like hello, how are you. Then the program will be look like this, void main and printf. It is very simple one, hi, how are you. In this way, it is very simple one, okay. Printf, all of you know that it is a output statement or it is a output method, it is predefined one which is used to display some message or display any output, okay. But when you want to write the same program using C++, then the program will be look like this. Now you will write the same program using C++, then the program will be look like this, void main. Void main is same in C and C++ and all of you are acquainted with void main, so it is very easy for you. Then cout, hi, how are you, and the closing brace. It means that instead of printf, here we are using cout. Just you have to remember that what is the meaning of cout here. Till now you just remember that it is the replacement of printf, okay. Actually cout is something more than printf, but up to now we just remember that cout is the replacement of printf. Now we will write the same program by using class and object. Actually here it is very similar to C program. Here we have not used any concept of class. If we will not write a program using class, then we cannot implement OOPS feature. So our main objective is to implement the OOPS feature. So here we will convert this program using a class. Now we will start writing the program, the same program by using class. Then here I will write class. This is the keyword which represents that you are starting to writing a class. Then you can use any name. Suppose here I am using the name demo. You can use any name. There is no compulsion. That is one user defined name, okay. So you are free to use any name, just like variable naming rule, you have to follow the same rules here also. Then opening brace represents the starting point of the class. Then public void show. I will explain it one by one, so do not worry. Cout, hi, how are you. Then closing brace of class. It means that here we are starting the class from this point and we are ending the class here. But now we will use the class using a main method or main function. Now I am writing the main here, void main, then demo d1. Here d1 is the object. It is just like variable naming rule. Suppose you want to write a take a variable of int, then you will write int a. It is just in the similar way, demo d1. Demo is the class name or the data type name and d1 is the variable name or it is object. Then d1 dot show, then closing brace. It is the starting point and ending point of main. When you are writing d1 dot show, it means that we are executing void show, okay. Now we will explain it again in a better way so that you can understand it very clearer manner. here we are using public. Actually public is a keyword, private is a keyword and protected all are keyword, and all these are access specifier. Now we will discuss it one by one. Now we will explain about public, private and protected, because when you are writing a class you have to use all of this. So we will discuss it one by one. Public, next one is private, next one is protected, and all these are called as access specifier. Access specifier. What is the meaning of access specifier? Let me give one example. Okay, suppose you are, all of you means you may be a customer of a bank or you may not be a customer of the bank. All the people are allowed to enter into the bank. Okay, and all of you are allowed to enter up to the reception area. It means that we may say that the reception area of a bank is the public area. If you want to meet to the manager, then you have to take some permission, then you will enter to the manager cabin. It means that that is the protected area. Okay, means it is having some more restriction in comparison to public. Then suppose you want to enter to the strong room, it is not possible. Means if you are a authorized, authenticated user and if you have that much of permission, then you can enter into the strong room. Okay, it means that that is accessible only by the employees of the bank. It may be called as the private area. In the similar way, in a class, all the class coding can be classified under 3 different access specifier. If you are mentioning any data member or a method of a class as public, then outsider can use it. If you are specifying the data member or method as private, then the outsider cannot use it. And if you are specifying it is protected, actually protected is used in some special cases like inheritance. When we will discuss about inheritance, when we will learn about inheritance, we will learn about protected. But now we will discuss more on public and private, because by using only public and private you will write the program. So let's start on public and private. Now we will start writing a program using public and private so that all of you can understand. I am writing a very simple program. Suppose I am using a class here. Let the class name is demo. You can use any name, no problem. Here I am using demo. Then opening brace, if you are not specifying any public specifier, then by default all are private, but let specify it private, then int a. Then again I am writing one public int b. It means that here I am using 2 variable of 2 different access specifier, so that you can understand that what is the exact difference in between public and private. Then I am using a method here, void phone. You can use any name here also, it is same as the C programming. So as you know about the C programming, so you may not have the problem in function, but we will learn function here also. Then opening brace, then suppose I am writing a equal to 10, then b equal to 20, then c out a, then b, then closing brace of function, then closing brace of class. It means that class is starting here and the ending point of class is here, and here we have used a private section, this part is here, and here we have used a public section. Okay. If you have mentioned it public and you want to use the function as public, then you don't need to write the public again. Okay. But if you are writing, if you want that the font should be in private section, then you need to write private here. Okay. Let us start main method. Suppose I am writing main here, void main, and you know how to declare one object, the same as declaring a variable. So here I am writing demo, then D1. D1 is the object, it is just like the variable declaration. Then suppose I am writing d1 dot a equal to 100. Actually here the a value is 10, but let I want to place 100 here. Here immediately system will prompt error. Why? Because it is the private member and you cannot access the private member outside of a class. But if you are writing d1 dot b equal to 200, there will be no error, because as b is the public member, so the public member can be accessed outside of the class. And then d1 dot so. And let me write the full program, but here you will get the error because it is the private member. So if you will omit only this line, then there will be no error. In this way, I hope that all of you are clear what is the difference between public and private, but if you have any doubt, then you can ask us the question in the comment box. Okay. And one more thing I want to say you that, suppose you will write the program in this manner, class demo, then private. Writing private is not compulsory. If you will not write anything private or public, all are by default private. Then suppose you are writing int ab, then suppose you are writing void so, and you are writing a equal to 5, b equal to 6, then cout a, then b. In this case, and if you are writing void main demo d1 dot so, here also system will prompt error. Why? Because all are private. Actually int ab we are not accessing directly, but here we are accessing so directly, and as so is private, so we cannot access it. I hope all of you have cleared concept on private and public. Let's start writing a program and let me explain how the memory is allocated inside the system. Okay. Suppose I am writing a very simple program, class A. You can use also it, no problem, you can use any name as the class name, there is no issue. Then I am writing int a, here I am using a and also here I am using a, it will not prompt any error because that is capital letter and that is in small letter. Then suppose I am writing public here, otherwise we cannot access it, void so, then a equal to 100, then cout a, very simple one. And let, now I am writing main, okay, void main, then a1 is the object, a is the class name, a1 dot so. So now I will explain exactly how the memory is allocated inside the system. When you are writing the program, and let the program name is xyz dot cpp, you can use any name as the program name, there is no issue. Then inside the system one memory will be allocated and the program will be stored here. It means that xyz cpp. Okay. And when you are executing the program, exactly what will happen, the class A will be here. When you are writing a1, okay, let a1, it means that you are creating object. When you are writing such a statement, exactly what happens inside the memory occupy one area and the name of the area is a1. Actually it is not the name of the area, it is referred by a1. We will discuss reference variable concept later, but till now you just remember that a1 represents this memory area. Exactly, according to OOPS concept, all the elements of the class are available with the object, but practically what happens, the object contains only the data member, not the member method. In this class, this is the data member and this is the member method, okay, or member function. You may say it as a method, you may say it as a function, it is not an issue exactly. So, A1 contains only the data member. It means that A1 contains only A, not so. So is available with the class. It means that suppose you are creating multiple objects. Let's say you are taking 5 objects, A1, then A2, A3, A4, A5 in this manner. It means that you are creating exactly 5 memory location, and each memory location contains their own data member, but not member method. Exactly why it is happening, what is the advantages of it, we will discuss in the next session. I hope all of you have clear idea on public and private and how to write a class, and exactly what happen when you are creating one, when you are writing one object inside the main method and the program is in execution, how the memory is allocated and the memory is representing the data, not the member method. And thank you so much for watching, and if you have any doubt then please write it in comment box. Thank you so much once again. Have a great time.